You're listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast.
We're very serious crafters.
And we craft very serious crafts.
Very serious.
Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of the Very Serious Crafts podcast. I'm Mollie from Wild Olive.
I'm Haley from Red Handled Scissors.
And I'm Heidi from Hands Occupied. Today we'll be talking about crafty romance novels, tools we love, and crafty video games.
Yay! Yeah. Happy
and a little Valentine's Day.
Jinx!
I'm just going to say, so I'm now the third person to the game here, but I have in fact punch needled a little bit, and that just needs to be said because it's really happening.
Yay, we're doing it.
Wow. So wait, we've all managed to try punch needle mostly successfully at this point?
Mine was probably the least successful only because I got my Oxford punch needle tool and I was so excited that I didn't wait until I had my monk's cloth as well, and so I was just working with regular linen, but it still worked. So it wasn't like ideal, but it still worked. So that was awesome. And then as I was sharing my results from that, someone from Rebecca, I should say, from Storyteller Wool contacted me and offered to send me one of their kits for free as a gift so that I could try out how they have their like pre-stretched frames with monk's cloth on it. So that's on its way to me now. So I'm excited to try that. Very thankful for that little gift, and I will report back. But then,
so nice.
In the middle of all that, I was going through more old craft supplies that I thought that I had a lot, but clearly my mother has way more things that she's having me go through.
So yours was just crafty.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's all it starts to all blend together, but
lesser craft.
She dumped out this small garbage bag that seemed to be filled with like ribbon, bias tape, eyelet, and a few other random things. And right in the middle was a punch needle tool, still in its packaging. It's like the universe wants me to embrace the punch needle. So there we go. That's what's happening.
I mean, we have been talking about it for so long. Almost as long as we've been talking about Laptook, I think.
In the same way that Instagram can show you ads for the things they think you're interested in, it's like the craft supply fairies have been listening and they're delivering all of these things to me. So
their algorithm is spot on.
Yeah, the craft supply fairy algorithm.
Oh my gosh. That's so
how about you, Haley? What do you got going on?
Well, yesterday when I was looking up some of my favorite crafting-related romance novels to talk about later on the podcast, I stumbled across perhaps the trifecta of things made to appeal to me specifically, which is a paranormal knitting-related cozy mystery book series called The Vampire Knitting Club.
It's so specific!
And it's by... I know, right? And it's by Nancy Warren, and I'm very excited about the possibilities of my Wednesday Addams meets Martha Stewart personality being very, very represented in this book. And so I'm pretty delighted. Like, give me creepiness, give me crafts.
I like it.
Yeah, so I haven't started reading it yet, although I have gotten, I think, all of them that exist thus far, and it is a legit series. There are quite a few books already in this group. I can't remember. Oh, there are 5 already.
It's a good start.
So I've got them all loaded into my Kindle app on my iPad. They are ready for me. Alas, they do not also come in audiobooks, so I won't be able to knit while I enjoy my paranormal knitting cozy mystery. But you can't have everything.
I definitely look forward to hearing how those two things come out in the book. That'll be interesting.
But all of the covers are like these like a hot vampire-looking lady's wearing hand.
I love it.
And it sounds like I'm making... Yeah, it sounds like I'm making fun of it, but I'm totally not. I was like, yes, give me this.
Wow. That's exciting.
So that's what my life's doing. Heidi, how's your life?
Sleepy. Sleepy is how I am today.
You were up a little late.
Yeah, I went to bed at about 3 last night. I blame the studio project that is, as of this recording, still ongoing. But my house is getting really clean and all my stuff's getting gone through. So that's good. It's just tired making.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work. And organizing, even just in your mind, like preparing to move to a new space takes up, like, that's a lot of mental energy.
Yeah. I think, and mostly what I did last night was, like, I had, like, some whiskey at midnight and was like, I'm going to measure everything, because I just started getting anxious about, like, stuff not fitting in my studio.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'll have some whiskey, and instead of, like, relaxing and knitting and having some whiskey, you're like, break out the measuring.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I feel so close to it.
I even at around 1:30 started playing with the height of my adjustable leg height desk. Because they're just those, like, $15 table legs from IKEA. And I was like, how tall can this get? And how ergonomic can I make this be? So I sat there, like, trying to find the optimal height for my elbows to be at a 90-degree angle.
I am not allowed to adjust my ergonomic chair and footstool combination thing ever, because I will just spend days tweaking it. Like, tiny. Oh, it's not fun.
I told myself that I was not allowed to incorporate a leveling tool in this just anxiety project.
I mean, why?
Well,
that seems like it would really sort you out more quickly.
But I don't know what sort of surface situation my new studio floor is going to be. So I don't want to waste that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. You shouldn't make the end adjustments until you're actually on site.
So I was trying to at least be rational in that way. Well, but now that's a window into my madness over here. Hey, everyone, I'm Heidi.
I support you as a fellow organization. Yep.
Anyway. So it's Valentine's Day, and we should talk about something that's not sleep deprivation.
Yeah. When it comes to Valentine's Day, you know, I'm single. I don't have anyone special that I'm seeing right now, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So along the way, I've never really gotten into, like, the flowery romance side of Valentine's Day, and yet I love this holiday. I think because it's just, I think of it as a very cute kind of a thing. There's hearts and flowers and pink, and that works for me. But I also...
I mean, Mollie, you were made for cute.
I know, holidays. Exactly. It really, it's my thing. But but I also have always taken Valentine's Day as a great time to be like, here's some things that I love. And it sometimes feels a little Oprah Winfrey, like, you get a punch needle, you get a punch needle, everybody gets a punch needle. But
I mean, but that's apparently true right now.
Yes, exactly.
That's happening in our lives.
So I thought, though, it would be fun for this episode for us to share some of the craft tools that we love. And I especially get excited when they are craft tools that you had no idea, or supplies or whatever in that category, things that you had no idea that you needed, and now all of a sudden you cannot live without them. They come along at just the right time or whatever. So that's where I thought we would start. And here are a few craft supplies and tools that I love. The number one thing, and I get asked about this all the time, is my favorite supply is Sulky Sticky Fabri-Solvi. And if you don't know what this is, it is magical. Wendy Gratz of Shiny Happy World.
Wait, say it again.
Oh, say it again. It's Sulky Sticky Fabri-Solvi. So Sulky is the brand, and Their sticky Fabrisolvi is the product. And Wendy Gratz of Shiny Happy World told me about it in a moment of need where I had to transfer like 100 embroidery patterns and onto linen, and I was struggling. Basically, what this material is you can run it through your inkjet printer and print your pattern on it, peel off the backing, stick it on your fabric, and then you stitch through it. After you're done, you soak your embroidery and the material dissolves in warm water, leaving just your embroidery behind.
Oh.
And
that's beautiful.
oh my goodness. It has changed my life. I could not live without this. It sounds like I'm, really overstating this. No, it is amazing. And every time you see pictures of me embroidering online, you probably see this material on my fabric. And people stop me and say, "What is that stuff?" And I have never been sponsored by Sulky. I have never. At one time they sent me a different product to try, but I don't have like a connection with them. I just love this stuff so much. If you embroider, try it.
I just thought you had like stabilizer on.
It's really really what it is. Ultimately, it's a stabilizer. So that's a side benefit.
But it's a water soluble.
Exactly.
Stabilizer.
They make
so cool.
The same kind of stuff that is not sticky, but this makes it like you just stick the sticker on your work and start stitching. So good.
Well,
but why wouldn't you want
I know.
That just made me think of one of my favorite tools that can now actually do something similar to this. So, the Cricut cutting machine, those, a lot of paper crafters love them because they can cut out, Christmas happy times real quickly in a custom way at a custom size at home, and then they can scrapbook with it. Like, that's how those, at-home die cutting machines got famous.
Valentine's Day happy times.
That's right.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sleep deprived. So the Cricut machine, their new one, I think I'm going to try and ask for my birthday or save up for in the year 2019, because the Cricut Maker, I have the Explorer and I had the Cricut Mini back in the day before that. And I am able to use my Explorer to cut out stuff like my Christmas stockings. I cut out all the details on that. And especially now with this arthritis situation, it's like a godsend. It's so much better for my hands. And so when I saw that the Maker came out specifically with a lot of features that would appeal to sewists, I was like, oh man, that's kind of what I want this machine for, is to expedite that whole process. And you can now put in those light blue water soluble markers in the blade carrier on a Cricut machine. So you can also, if your pattern is the right size to fit through the machine, you can set up your Cricut machine to make all your markings for darts and stuff in sewing patterns, and it does it with, machine precision, assuming you set it up right. And I assume you could do that by running different fabrics for embroidery through it, too.
You know what? Now that you mention that, I think I did see someone that did that and used it as an embroidery pattern.
Because then that'd be one less step. Not to knock your Fabrisolvi.
No, I
like that name.
It's having those different options is fantastic.
Yeah, we live in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my interjection about water soluble embroidery.
Yeah, no. That's a good one. Now I'm gonna have to go look for those pens. I'll have to see if it fits in the one that I have.
You could even try an existing marker. I think you can fit actual pens in the Cricut machine now. They're just kind of tall.
Oh, look at this.
FYI.
Yeah, I remember. I have an old school Silhouette that had a bunch of those options. It is now certainly obsolete, since I imagine that the software that ran it does not run on a modern computer. But this is one of the original Silhouettes. Okay. It is not.
It's not like the Cameo.
No. It is. It is several steps before that.
Hi, we're craft bloggers. We all have tried cutting machines that have all been provided to us free of charge, probably.
That's right.
That's my case that I should probably acknowledge here.
I think that Jeremy actually bought me this one, although the first one that I ever found that could cut fabric reliably was the AccuQuilt machine.
Right.
which cuts fabric beautifully, and I have the massive electronic one, which they also sent me in exchange for a review and a tutorial. And it is my favorite, but it can't do, like, it cuts fabric. Like, that's its job, and it does it incredibly well. And saves so much time, especially if you're cutting out a bunch of the same shape piece.
Yeah.
And obviously for quilting and stuff.
Yeah.
But
an English paper piece.
I'm very in...
An English paper piece,
yeah.
especially.
Yeah. But I'm very intrigued by the new Cricut machines, which I also don't have yet.
They look really nice, though. Anyway, this wasn't supposed to be like a let's talk about how great our cutting machines are, but I really like mine.
Hey, I mean, we're talking about craft supplies and tools that we love, so hey.
There you go.
So I have a favorite tool that I never knew that I needed, and then it was presented to me in the Clover booth at CHA, which is what the Craft and Hobby Association trade show used to be called. It's called something
like
else
Imagination.
now. Creativation.
Yeah.
Creativation. But this box filled with just tiny little clips in it called Clover Wonder Clips was handed to me. And I did not know that I would then spend from that day until present and presumably beyond using them multiple times a day, every single day. They are my favorite thing. I use them in place of pins for sewing. They actually have seam allowances marked on the underside of them.
I forget that.
And so
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't always remember either, but they make it so fast to turn things over since common seam allowances are marked on the bottom. They come in many different sizes. I have them in all of the sizes. They come in teeny tiny ones and much bigger ones, and I love them, and I use them for every kind of craft. And they're like, I have them clipped to my purse, so I've got one with me at all times because they're just so useful. And I think I use the original regular, like, sort of medium-sized one the most. But I just can't say enough about how much I love this simple, straightforward, very, very sturdy tool. And they really hold up. They aren't brittle. I don't think I've ever broken one, which is kind of impressive since I have the original box that Clover presented me for review at CHA forever ago. And I think I must have written the review. I used to write for my friend Jenny's blog, Craft Test Dummies. And I think that I wrote the original review for that. But I love them. That's all. I just love them.
Yeah.
I love them so much that I sent Heidi and Mollie both a box.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I had some.
Thank you.
I had some red ones, although I slowly lose them over time because I use them for different projects, and so it was like they were dwindling, and then a box of rainbow wonder clips arrived, and I was so excited.
It's true. I saw the rainbow ones, and I was like, I should get those for Mollie. But then the red ones, I was going to send Heidi, the lover of primary colors like me, the red ones. But for whatever reason, they weren't current. I think they were currently out of stock. It was a thing.
That's all right.
But anyway, I love them so much that I will randomly send them to people who make things.
I'm excited to get to try those with my the hand pain stuff and the hand cramping. I'm hoping it'll help.
Yeah, I will be interested to know if it'll help.
And it's funny because I definitely think sewing's gonna officially be a bigger part of what I do this year because I think it might be easier on my hands. And also I did a reader survey and I couldn't believe how many people were like, as long as it's got a needle, I want to see content from you on it. I don't care if it's just knitting or crochet. Go forth. And I can't decide. This is a total tangent, sorry guys. But I am trying to figure out if like the chicken and the egg here is this very serious crafts podcast bringing in more people who sew and embroider, or if they were there the whole time and were just like, oh, I guess she just doesn't do that.
Oh,
It could be both.
I bet we have definitely been mentioned by other podcasters who are sewing specific. So it's entirely possible that people are showing up who do more sewing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
cool. Hi, guys.
Anyway, sorry for that total interjection. I have not slept enough.
I mean, we like it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Can't go back now.
No.
I'll shut up.
No, you are just fine. You are just fine. Speaking of sewing, another tool that I found that I did not know that I needed, and this one might not be as useful to you guys as your sewing clothing, although in some cases, yes. But someone sent me to try. It was part of like a whole Dritz package, but it wasn't directly from Dritz. It was the Dritz Quick Turn Fabric Tube Turners, which is a mouthful that I had to write down because I would never get that right otherwise.
I have some behind me.
By the way, I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna assume that we will get some links to things here in the show notes so that you guys can find these things and see
definitely.
them for yourself. But the idea is simple, and technically I suppose you wouldn't need to buy these things, but it's a plastic tube with a wooden or metal rod that goes down inside of it, and it makes it so fast and easy to turn narrow tubes right side out after you've sewn them. It's especially useful for sewing doll and stuffed animal arms and legs and tails and that sort of thing. And when I first got it, I was like, I just sort of set it aside and didn't think about it. And then like years afterwards, I had something to turn and I was like, well, maybe I'll just try this. And my mind was blown and I went, why have I not been using this the whole time?
Oh, yeah. And it keeps you from stretching the fabric out of shape.
Yeah.
Like, it's also especially good for, like, sewing, like, delicate straps and things like that where you aren't actually going to harm the fabric. Like, they're really great.
And they kind of are like a topsy tail, right? If that makes any sense.
Oh, wow. It has been, like, 25 years since I've thought of
I was like, what is she talking? I
Those
know.
are like the ponytail loop things, right?
Yeah, they look like a giant, like, plastic tapestry needle, but they're for turning your ponytail inside out because it's 1995.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Oh, man. Yes.
Great.
That is, yes. Wow.
Topsy tails, bringing them back.
Yeah. So, since we're already talking about some sewing tools, I have a couple sewing measuring tools that I just need to tell you about. The Clover Seams Right, which is basically a credit card shaped metal tool that has different seam allowances measured out so you can just wrap the fabric around it, and because like it's like little nubs stick out at different spots that are different heights, and so you can just use that to immediately by feel very accurately measure hems and things like that. And I use it all the time because it's so much faster than marking fabric or using, like, wielding a big quilting ruler or something like that. And sort of along a similar line, for people who sew clothes all the time but don't necessarily sew clothes in, say, a studio with other people, the Easy Check self-measuring tape is amazing. And I think I learned about it on the podcast Sewing Out Loud, and I think I maybe ordered it from their website. But it's this measuring tape that you can clip to itself, and so it holds itself in place and marks where you're measuring. So you can, like, put it around your waist and clip it in place and hold it and make sure that it's in the right area. And it just makes it so much easier to measure yourself, which is sort of a deceptively difficult thing to do. Like, if you've ever tried to, like, take an online quiz to figure out what your bra size is, it's really hard to actually get the measuring tape steadily in the right place and even to get those numbers. And this just makes it so much easier.
Nice.
Well, so that's a sewing supply. That sounds really cool. Some knitting supplies, I suppose I should toss into the mix while we're still on this subject. I know in the episode that was just Haley and I, just Team Hailey, we talked about our favorite needles and hooks. And we established that we like cheap hooks and expensive needles. And on social media, all the listeners agreed.
It's true. It's true.
And then yarn-wise, I think a lot of knit designers have kind of their favorite bases to work with. I don't know if it's just that it's comfortable and familiar why I like the following yarns, or if it's just like I had a really good experience start to finish with a project with one of these. But the quick rundown for me, if I'm looking for cheap worsted weight yarn that I can get easily at a big box store, it's almost always going to be Lion brand Woolies. It's a 50% acrylic, 50% wool. And it's nice because it's a little more washer friendly and it's pretty affordable per skein.
And it's nice to work with. Like, it's exactly what you're looking for when you're looking for, like, a sturdy, accessible, non-fancy yarn.
Like, I think it's a very, like, if anybody ever asked me, like, what is the yarn I should get for my first sweater, I would do Woolies, because then if your gauge is all messed up or something, you'll still find it at the store. I like that for that reason. I also really like the Lopi yarn you get in Iceland. I think the brand is called Istex, Istex. Because Lopi yarn's just really nice to work with.
I don't think I know what Lopi yarn is.
Lopi's a kind of sheep. And then, like in Iceland, Icelandic sweaters are called lopa pesas. And so that's a classic, it's a classic bottom-up raglan construction yoked sweater. And they're lopa pesas because they're made with Lopi wool, because the Lopi sheep, because Iceland, all the dots connect.
Oh. All of the mysteries. All of the mysteries have been revealed. Oh my gosh.
And then my other two favorites before I like sleepily linger on this subject too long. If I'm going to splurge on a yarn, usually a fingering weight for like a shawl or something. I really like Zen Yarn Garden's Serenity 20. It's 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it comes in 400 yard hanks, and it's really nice. And then another go-to that's a little more expensive than Woolies, but I really like working with it, is UU yarns. All of their yarns at all their different bases, they're really springy, and they have really great solid colors, and I just really like them too. So
so cute. I'm definitely looking those up after this. Especially that step up from like a Woolies yarn, but not quite a big splurge. It's nice to find things like that.
Oh, do you guys remember when I was telling you about when I went to the Club Coming Knit Night? Or Knit at Night is what it's called. And about, I think that I mentioned that people were wearing neck lights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe I just mentioned, I can't remember if I mentioned it on the podcast or just to you guys, but I got one.
As she pulls it out.
Yes. Can you hear the ripping of the Velcro?
Welcome to
attached.
the Very Serious ASMR podcast.
Yes. But check it out. It is great and super, super bright, and not that you listeners can see it, but I am wearing it and showing it to them, and woo!
It's like crafty. It's like headgear for crafters.
Well, exactly, and it is like you can change the positions of it.
Ooh, it's bendy,
so you can get it just it's bendy, so you can like get it out of your way or shine it or move it in different directions, and it's kind of great for like sitting on the couch while watching a movie and not bothering anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you need to be able to see what you're doing, or, like, bringing it to the bar if you want to, like, knit socks and drink a beer, which is a thing I do regularly since I live above a bar. And I didn't realize, like, when I saw it, I was like, huh, that's clever. But then I got one and I was like, oh, no, that's really clever. So, guys, it works. And it's handy. Like, it'd be good for car crafting too. Like,
I also thought
at night or something like that.
The lighting in my bedroom is horrific, and it's not like I don't have a situation where I can just easily set up a lamp. I have like a loft bed, and it involves wiring basically to get better lighting. So this is a much easier situation to fix in a hurry. So I might need that so that I can sit in bed and knit. Be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bright. I think the one that I got, which is, it has letters in it that can look like other letters. Let's see if I actually wrote it down.
My husband, if he finds out that this tool thing exists, he will probably buy it for me immediately because he's so sick of watching movies at home with the lights on.
That's really funny. Oh, here it is. It's Ledgle, Ledgle, which I assume somebody thought was a cute play on LED. But that's the one that I ended up getting because the battery seemed to last the longest. But I think it has 6 different brightness levels.
Wow.
So it can get really, really bright if you're, say, working with dark yarns or dark fabrics or something like that. But anyway, I have just newly discovered this and am very excited about it.
That's awesome.
So I have some things that are probably less fancy and exciting than that, but still useful.
I mean, I think that was like $15.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're playing with technology and LED lights here, and I'm about to talk about glue sticks. So whatever.
But I want to come right along with this one.
So who would have thought that washable Elmer's glue sticks would just change how you do English paper piecing? But that was...
Yes.
I was using pins to hold my paper to my fabric, and that's a terrible idea.
No.
Washable glue sticks. And I don't always use Elmer's, I will say. Occasionally I will use like even dollar store ones because they're even cheaper and
washable glue stick.
Exactly. And they, release a little bit easier sometimes, but glue sticks. I don't do the whole like glue basting thing. I still like to use thread to baste things, but to hold my paper in place, a cheap glue stick always does the trick. There you go.
I completely agree. Elmer's school glue sticks are my favorite thing.
Yeah.
For me, the cheap supply that I think would be remiss not to toss into the mix are just good old Crayola school markers, like the classic like pack of, I think it's 8, but I've seen it in 10 more now. I've seen pink and gray get added to the mix. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is some kind of like M&M adding the blue M&M conspiracy. The one thing I worry about with the markers, because they look so, like the color that comes out of a Crayola marker looks so good at first, but then when they start to fade, I'm like, ah! Even though like they're perfectly functional markers, and I'm not coloring anything that matters. I'm usually like doodling out a design idea or something silly. But I get really mad when they're not like completely saturated, like don't touch the coloring, you'll ruin it level of color. So I wish they would come up with like a cardboard marker tube that's like biodegradable. That's what I wish.
So you could just feel totally fine with being like, never mind, and throwing them across the room. Well, I mean, you could just store them tipped down. That also helps.
Whatever.
I only know this because it's... because my husband, who went to art school, provided me with some of his markers from art school, which it's been a while since we've been in college, so it's sort of a minor miracle that any of these still work. But storing them, like which direction they're stored, means whether or not they work. Like it's sort of impressive.
Well, then what?
Like anything felt tip wants to be stored point down, apparently.
Except,
What about double tip markers?
Yeah.
I know. I have to decide what I'm more likely to use.
I was going to say, but also we should point out that if you use Sublime Stitching's transfer pens, they are intended to be stored horizontally.
Ooh.
That's true. And a lot of them actually do say how they're supposed to be stored. I assume the double-side ones are intended to be stored horizontally. I would guess. I think most manufacturers actually tell you. But, like, when it comes to Sharpies or something like that, store them point down.
Well, good. This has been a PSA from VSC. Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, my goodness.
So obviously we've got a lot to say about tools that we love because we make all of the different kinds of things. So we have favorites in every category, as it turns out. Yep. So instead of continuing on for another hour or so, which we could, we are going to list all of the things that we've already talked about in the show notes, but we'll also add a few bonus ideas of things that we like but just didn't have time to get to today. And maybe they'll come up in a later podcast too, who knows, but we'll just add some bonus things to the show notes.
Perfect.
I like it.
But still in the category of crafty things that I love, I get very excited about crafting in video games.
Yes.
I could write a love letter to crafting in video games. Now, I don't really have time to play a lot of video games, sadly.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wish that I had time to play some video games because there's some ones that I really love.
Oh, no, but I mean, I don't know what you mean about crafting in video games.
Well,
I don't play them at all.
Then
So
let me tell you about some of the crafty. Some of them are obvious. Some of them I think are a little less obvious. But one of the biggest games that I think of when I think of crafts in video games is a game called Yoshi's Woolly World. And then coming out in March, at the end of March, is...
I know what a Yoshi is.
Yeah, a Yoshi. So Yoshi is Mario, Super Mario's little dinosaur-like dragon friend. And so Yoshi's Woolly World, new version coming out in March called Yoshi's Crafted World. In a similar vein, there's also a game called Kirby's Epic Yarn. But all of these games...
I love that game.
What they have in common is it's filled... Like, the game looks as if it's made of craft supplies. Like, things look like it's knitted or... There's buttons and...
The background.
Wait, where do you find these games? Are these like...
these are major games you just
games
get at
you
the
play
store.
on your phone?
No,
these are video
for
game system games.
Nintendo. So that's... And these both are
Like,
Nintendo games.
For like a Wii or a Switch or something like that.
So
Okay.
Yoshi's Woolly World was for... I don't know if it was the Wii or the Wii U. Yoshi's Crafted World will be on the Nintendo Switch. There's a version of Kirby's Epic Yarn that's coming out for the 3DS also in March. So I don't have a 3DS, and every time that a new game like that requires a different system than what I have, I'm always like, should I buy a system to go with this? I don't have time for any of it. But anyway, they're just so cute. And
they're beautifully designed.
Yeah.
My husband Ed, he really likes video games. He's so into video games that he is super psyched that I'm getting a studio so he can have the living room more to play more games. And he's like, come on, play a video game with me. And I'm like, but my tendons. Ugh. But he did get me to play Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
And it is so cute. Like, you have, like, the background looks like quilted hills. And there's a lot of buttons that add a lot of texture. It's really fun.
Yeah, and it actually, like, Kirby
Interesting.
eats and spits out yarn balls. It's, and then Yoshi's Woolly World, they made, like, one of the accessories that goes with Nintendo Switch and some of their other systems is they have these things called amiibo, and they're little figures that can store information in them. And so they released little knitted Yoshis as amiibo. So it just looks like a little knitted character, and
That's
but
cute.
it has electronic functions inside of it, which is very fun.
There's another game that you should totally play because I don't see it on your list.
Okay.
It's like I think it was an indie game. Forgive me, gamer people, if I'm misremembering this. But the game is called Unravel. And there's this character. He's like this little guy that kind of has cat ears. He doesn't really have a face, and he walks around and he looks like kind of like a wire skeleton figure wrapped in red yarn. And he's trying to find his way home the whole time. And he like uses the yarn attached.
That sounds terrible.
It's actually a really beautiful game. But he makes like
I'm so upset for
he
him.
makes like a lasso out of the red yarn that's part of his body, and he like can swing from things, and it's really a cool game. And they just made a sequel,
cute.
but I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
I
should
will
check
look for
that out,
that.
Molly.
Also on my list that like it's a craft-centric game is Crafting Mama, and in the game it's a lot of like tapping and swiping things and moving things around like on the screen, and you craft things like candles and earrings, and I think I saw an ocarina, which is, if you're not familiar, a
Whoa.
little flute kind of thing. And you like craft it out of clay in the game. But yeah, so that one, very fun. Not quite the experience I would like from a crafting video game, but whatever. And then here's the last one that I'm going to talk about that isn't out yet, but I'm so excited about. And Haley, you should play this game. It's called Minico's Night Market. And the whole idea of the game is that you go around and you craft things, which then you can barter with people in the towns and in these little like craft stalls and stuff. At the same time, you are also collecting cats. It's super cute.
I have recently collected.
There you go.
It's
So,
true.
yeah, I haven't obviously played that one yet, but
Wait, what system does this require?
it will be coming out on the Nintendo Switch.
I think my husband has
Yeah, so
one.
then there you go. And it's an
think.
independent designer. It's a husband and wife that are designing it, and she especially crafts and they do illustrations, and they're absolutely delightful, and I've had wonderful interactions with them.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I will demand that it exists in my life
Yeah.
at some point.
I will keep you updated when that one comes out.
I want to make things and collect
Yeah,
cats.
it's such a fun combination of things.
It's like my real life, only
Yeah.
video game. So, as it is Valentine's Day adjacent, I thought maybe you guys might like a little crafting theme romance novel to spice up your making. Ooh. And specifically these ones, which are not what, Heidi? Heidi's laughing at me.
No, I said ooh, and then I was laughing at myself because I haven't slept enough.
So specifically, all of the ones that I'm going to mention right now are available as audiobooks, and I specifically got those in Audible. I'm sure they are available in other places that I don't know about, much like video games. I don't know. Which makes them things that you can listen to while crafting. Yay.
Very nice.
So if you're looking for sort of cute, modern, but also takes place in a very small town in Scotland sort of situation, the Kilts and Quilts series by Patience Griffin. Yeah, that's so right, cute. Kilts and Quilts. It is very cute. It has basically all of the things that you might need in your crafting related bodice ripper, although not really bodices since different time period. But these are modern day. If I remember correctly, with the Kilts and Quilts series, I think that there is actual explicit sex. So if that is not a thing that you're interested in, you should steer clear of it. And I believe there might be some swearing. So if that's a problem for you, maybe don't. But there are a lot of really great Amish romances that definitely don't have those, but have a really heavy crafting element, and those are also super great. Vanetta Chapman is one of my favorite authors in that area, so you might want to check those out if that is more your speed. There's also the Cypress Hollow Yarn series by Rachel Herron, and I super liked the first few books in this series because they were pretty knitting and yarn focused. The later books are a little more artisan focused, so they still have that feel, but they're not quite as crafty specific. And I also think that they have actual sex and probably some swearing in them as well. But it has been a little while since I've revisited them, so I could be misremembering. I am positive, though, that Goodreads, if you wanted to check, will let you know if there are a clean romance. So those are just some things that I will be listening to while making some, I don't know, maybe some socks for my spouse or something. Because, you know, warm feet, warm heart. I don't know. I'm awkward.
No, I like that. That's a good combination.
I'm bad at romance.
Well, since we've been pretty talkative today, I'll wind up my topics with a quick little story for you guys about some childhood holiday making, since that's a bit of a theme on this podcast.
It's true.
And no,
Little Heidi was adorable and filled with thinking.
Yeah. So this is not, unfortunately, a rundown of how to make your own DIY Cupid costume. That's not where this is going.
Wait, I'm having a mental image. Okay, carry on.
Did it involve a skinny blonde child wearing like a wing of like a backpack set of wings and a diaper? Is that what that?
A little sash.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good.
With some hearts.
Well, now you've got some new content idea.
An ill-advised.
You can just make that for yourself now.
An ill-advised weapon.
Sure.
Because the Midwest and the 80s.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
You betcha. No. This is not a Cupid costume. In 5th grade, for our classroom, my classroom was weird. It was divided. So I had one teacher in the morning and one teacher in the afternoon. And it was almost like more like a middle school or high school kind of setup where they wanted to get us used to switching classrooms. And then the one teacher taught like science, social studies, and one other subject. And the other one was like language arts and health or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what 5th graders learn. I don't know what I learned in 5th grade, but I do remember this.
The important stuff.
We had the school-wide talk in 5th grade. That's what I remember.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
That was our first round of, never mind. I mean, I know it's a Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah. So, in my 5th grade class, we all had to make our own Valentine's Day mailboxes. Most people, brought a shoebox and cut a slot in it and called it a day.
Oh, that was my favorite yearly project.
Yeah, I used glitter and doilies a lot. But for my box in 5th grade, I was like, this is my last chance. 5th grade is the last year of my elementary school. I'm not going to have any Valentine's box ever again. Let's do this up right. And Valentine's Day.
I love that you had the presence of mind.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like, this opportunity is fleeting.
Yeah, I was 10. I was aging. So I made this box, and I think a shoebox was involved. I made a shoebox look kind of like a lake, like an ice fishing lake, because I'm from North Dakota. Mm-hmm. And I had taken this contraption off of our Christmas tree, and it was a snowman sitting on a bucket, and he kind of just looked like a normal ornament, but he was fishing. But it wasn't a regular ornament. It had this plug-in that you could plug into the lights on the tree, and so when it was on, it could raise and lower an ornament. And so we had it because my dad is a big fisherman, and he had a fishing ornament that would go up and down and hang from this thing. But I was like, hey, Valentine's is still super duper wintry. So I'm going to have the snowman be like a Valentine's themed snowman, and he can catch Valentine's and put them in my Valentine's box.
That is so awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I was like a genius 10-year-old, you guys.
Do you have photos of this?
No, I don't.
Oh, But do your parents still have the ornament? Because I request a recreation.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So I
will send you Valentine.
I thought some kid in my class broke it, like the snowman part, and then it just like got tossed or something. But plot twist, Christmas this year, my mom, because they were going through all of my grandma's stuff, she just kept bringing us crap she didn't want. And one of the things was the snowman.
Whoa!
So
Well,
I saw
it's meant
it
to be.
just last month. So I don't know. It's at my brother's house now somewhere, probably in a box. But yeah, so I could recreate it in theory.
I think that's brilliant. I am in awe of your creativity
so good.
and execution.
I didn't build a machine. I'll make that clear. The machine existed. I just embellished.
You embellished well. It's good.
It's sort of a minor miracle that I didn't make like a whole classroom-wide Rube Goldberg machine going into mine, since that's what I used to do in my bedroom constantly. Like, throwing things away became a machine.
I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
But
I just have to say, when we record this podcast, my face hurts at the end because I have laughed and smiled so much.
Same.
Yep. It is a workout, especially since I look cranky all the time. So my face doesn't do this shit very often. Oh, man.
So I think that's a good note to say
I
Happy
love
Valentine's
it.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm feeling the love. Happy Valentine's Day,
and
guys.
let's just say, we really love all of our listeners. Thank you so much for listening to our
Yes.
podcast and supporting us.
It's true. And I love you guys, too.
Hugs all around. I mean, I know you don't like hugs, Haley, but you
Yay.
get hugs anyway. They're virtual.
Yeah, but you're allowed.
Okay.
You're allowed. You're on the list. It's fine.
All right. On that note, I think we're going to wrap this up and talk to you all next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yep. See you later.
If you are a person who likes to hang out on the internet, you should hang out with us. Find us on Instagram and Twitter at Serious Crafts and on Facebook at Very Serious Crafts. You can also find show notes and all things Very Serious Crafts at veryseriouscrafts.com. Want to join the conversation? Tag us using hashtag #VerySeriousCrafts. And if you're using Instagram stories, don't forget to tag us with @SeriousCrafts so we can reshare. Are you a fan of the Very Serious Crafts podcast? Great! Please, pretty please, leave the Very Serious Crafts podcast a 5-star rating on whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Good ratings help us to show up in recommendations, which helps more people who love crafting to find us. And finally, if you would like to sponsor an episode of the Very Serious Crafts podcast, please visit veryseriouscrafts.com and click sponsor. Thanks.